YouTube, what's going on, y'all? It is I, TevinElChopo. Friends call me Chop, and we're back with another video. Yes, sir. I know. Listen, I know what you're gonna say. Tevin, you've been gone for a minute. You right. I've been out shooting, I've been out editing, I've been out shooting and editing. I've been doing a lot of different stuff. But I am here and I am back, and I'm here just to give y'all a quick rundown of all the stuff I've been listening to in the time since the last video. Here we go, let's get started. So first project up is More Black Superheroes by Westside Boogie. This was actually supposed to be the next official review that I was gonna do, but then time kind of got away from me, and then here we are today. So this is actually Boogie's first album since 2019's Everything's for Sale. And honestly, I did in fact enjoy the record. I think that it was a pretty good, solid sophomore album. I think that it came out with a lot of really good, just sounds, ideas. It was very much true to Boogie himself and everything that he's been doing up to this point. Standout tracks have been Killer Mode for me. Also, the song with Soulja Boy, I Can't Lie. I really enjoyed those. But overall, it's been a really good project, really good, just collection of songs overall. And I would give it a smooth 4 out of 5 flames. It was really enjoyable. I've been coming back to it consistently, and I am really excited to hear more about Westside Boogie and more music from Westside Boogie. So the next album up is 2000 by Joey Badass. Joey Badass is back with a new album. First one in many years now. And this 2000 is in fact the continuation, the sequel in a sense, to his debut mixtape in 1999. An album that I really enjoyed when it came out and still enjoy to this day. And 2000 is also another project that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed just how reminiscent it is of 1999, how much Joey just falls back into a lot of similar cadences, a lot of similar instrumentation, a lot of similar sounds that he was doing back then, but still making it more evolved into who he is today. Reminiscing in terms of just the storytelling that he talks about and the things that, that he was doing when he was younger, and just a lot of the reflections of just who he is now versus who he was back then. I really appreciate the homage to Capital Steez towards the end of the album. I also appreciate the features from Westside Gunn, and Larry June even came through and gave a pretty solid feature, and I'm kind of mixed on him as an artist, so that was really good. And it was just overall, it was a really good project. The only thing that I didn't really like, I would say, is the song with Chris Brown. I think that was a little too heavy-handed on the Chris Brown isms for me, and it didn't really feel, it felt out of character versus every other song on the project. But other than that, I will say that this was definitely a good record from Joey. Definitely good to have him back doing the music after all the acting and everything that he's been doing. So it's definitely a dope project. I give it an easy 4 out of 5 flames. One of my favorite projects that I've also been going back to constantly since I first heard it. The next project is This Ain't For You by T Hood. Now T Hood is a east side of Atlanta artist, Stone Mountain to be exact. He has been making projects for years now. One of my favorite projects still is Zombie World, things like that. He's been really just heavy into the mixtape scene and just in the Atlanta music scene. And he's out with a new album, This Ain't For You, and this ain't for me at all. Not even a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. It definitely was not made with me in mind, and I get that from the moment I first hear it to the moment it cuts off, even the title. It's not for me. All right, it's made for, booty shaking, strip club type music, which is fine. It has its place. And there's no real song on here that I think is bad, but it's nothing that was made for me, like I said. So it's nothing that I can say that I really enjoyed in any real capacity. I would give this a smooth 2.5 flames out of 5, just off of personal preference. It's not one of my favorite T Hood projects at all, but I'm still excited to hear more music from him. And honestly, if this is the type of sound that you like, you might like it more than me. So it's not even a knock against him or anything that he's doing. So shout out to T Hood. Still waiting to see what you do next. The next album is Killing Nothing with Bodie James and Real Bad Man. Bodie James is back with another project. Seems like every time I look up, Boldy has a new project out. But yeah, it's him and Real Bad Man team back up again for this new record, Killing Nothing. This album actually came out a little while ago, but I didn't start hearing it until relatively recently. Had a lot of good songs that I enjoyed overall. I think that Boldy comes in pretty cutthroat as usual on every track. The instrumentations from Real Bad Man has been really interesting as well. It's always cool to kind of hear Boldy do different types of instrumentals, especially when he's not working with alchemists and stuff like that. But I did in fact enjoy this overall. It had a few records that, you know, were kind of, you know, just kind of meh in my opinion. But for the most part, I did in fact enjoy the record for what it was. It was very dark, very cutthroat, very much Boldy James. So if you are a fan of him, then it's definitely something worth checking out. If I had to give it a personal rating, I would give it a smooth 3 out of 5 flames. Something I've also been coming back to, but not as consistently as some of the other things I've talked about so far. And then lastly, we have Louie by Kenny Beats. Kenny Beats is back with a beat tape called Louie. And honestly, I really enjoyed it. It was a good project overall. I think Kenny doesn't miss. It's very interesting hearing Kenny do things that isn't trap related. I don't think there was too many trap sounds on this whole project, but it still finds room to be airy, still finds room to be boomy, still finds room to be interesting overall. So it was definitely a good project from Kenny. I definitely think that he's one of the top producers out in the game right now, at least top 10 somewhere of just best producers out right now. And I'm always excited to hear anything that he does, see anything that he does. He's definitely doing it really big. Big fan of The Cave. Hopefully he'll bring that back on YouTube too. And yeah, if I had to give this a rating, it's definitely 4 out of 5 flames as well. So I definitely enjoyed it. If you are a fan of Kenny Beats, if you're a fan of beat tapes in general like I am, then this is definitely something worth listening to. And that's it. We all caught up. That's everything that I've been listening to up to this point. Everything that, you know, I felt like talking about. And I hope that you got something out of it. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Definitely more videos on the way. Please be patient with me. More videos are on the way. The Young Nudie review is coming up right after this. So they're gonna probably come out back to back. So please be sure to check that out as well. And like I said, thank you so much for your patience. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video up if you enjoyed it or found something interesting out of it. And I'll catch you next time. Peace out.